So my name is Sean Thomas. I'm the senior youth worker here in the Heath Hospital in Cardiff, and I also work in Morrison Hospital in Swansea. Some of the parts of the role I enjoy the most is getting to interact with patients. A big part of this role is giving people an extra support system, really, an extra person to speak to, for some of the demands of, living with kidney disease, and giving people the chance to talk about how they're coping, to get a chance to understand what's going on in their wider life, to see what supports they need. Some of my favourite parts over the years have been when we've had the chance to take people on residential trips. We've been to West Wales, North Wales, up to the Peak District. It's just a brilliant chance to show people really that, how capable they still are, that they're not made of glass.
A little sing-song, Lee. I am sailing, wet, 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 wet. I've never jumped in the sea before. No? I don't normally jump in water. I don't normally like water.
Lee, you're like a fish to water, yeah? This is class.
I don't normally jump even when I go in down the beach.
Yeah.
I don't go in the sea down there.
No.
When I was in here, give it a go. What doesn't kill you makes it stronger.
That's it, Lee.
In terms of how people might get referred for support, people can ask to be referred to see myself or any of the other youth workers in the department. Yeah, people can self-refer. They might get referred by their nurse or their consultant, perhaps if they're a little concerned about them and thinking that they might be needing a bit of support. For me, the really important thing is, to find out about them, what makes them tick. What are the things that they enjoy doing, and try to support people to carry on doing those things. Some of the difficulties with kidney disease is sometimes it can throw up barriers at different points in people's lives. And what we're here to try and do, all of us as a team, not just myself as a youth worker, is to try and help them overcome some of those barriers. We have the wider collaboration with lots of our kidney charities, and some of the work we do with them is absolutely instrumental, making sure that kind of people have access to things like grants if they're in financial hardship, access to sometimes like support to retrain. We've had lots of people perhaps needed to kind of change their career for a short amount of time and kind of retrain in order to kind of stay in work and fit it around their treatments. Exercise is a hugely important part of keeping people well physically and mentally. Keeping people active through, we do a football project.
The aim of the football training really is to give people back the opportunity to get active again, really. After they've been diagnosed, a lot of people kind of stop being active. The chance to start training again, the chance to be part of a team again, to get people back to that point where maybe they can go back to play in for their local clubs, help them build their fitness back up to that point, as well as after a transplant, help people kind of recover post-transplant. And if they're doing home dialysis, or if they're doing any other type of dialysis, is to help people get ready for a transplant and be as fit and ready and have the best outcome after the transplant as possible. Yeah, it's a really unique team. But it's a brilliant environment. It gives people a chance to meet other people who are in similar situations to them. It gives people the opportunity to kind of meet new friends, get a whole big new peer support network. Yeah, and it's just a great environment. It gives people back, that whole camaraderie of being in a team again. They're a big group Sunday league team, just all gelling, good friends. We hear lots of our home dialysis patients, are doing more regular dialysis. That's given them the opportunity to keep their blood levels consistent and therefore keep their energy levels high. So yeah, I would definitely recommend home hemodialysis as a treatment if you're looking to continue staying active and being able to be flexible. If you're doing your treatment overnight, you've got your days free. You can still go, you can still play football, you can still go to college, university, start your early career. Do all the the things that young people do when they're this age. Go out, see friends. Socialise, work, which is extremely important. Home dialysis enables people to be able to fit their treatment around their life rather than, fitting their life around their treatment. Huge advocate for home dialysis, especially for our younger patients. At the moment, we're gearing up towards a transplant support tournament next week, where we'll be playing teams from all around the UK, Oxford, Birmingham, Liverpool, from all areas around the UK, and yes, that's the one we're training to at the moment. And we've got our main rivals up there, Oxford, who we narrowly lost to last time. The boys are definitely looking forward to playing.
We also have the British Transplant Games, again, which is an amazing opportunity to get people together. But the Games is just an really important part of having something in the calendar that people can kind of train towards and people can have as a goal. It can be really good for people who are pre-transplant. They've got that they can get involved in after having a transplant. But post-transplant, you know, it's so important that people, you know, stay active. I'm a huge advocate for home hemodialysis. You know, in terms of it being as well a really good treatment for younger patients in particular, who are often trying to, you know, to start an early career, or they're trying to manage, you know, their condition and perhaps, you know, go to college, go to university. Home hemo gives people the flexibility to potentially do their treatments overnight or to fit it in the into their days, you know, better being able to fit it realistically, you know, around the complexities of life. You know, lots of the treatments are all very good medical treatments, and you can get the same things out of them, but it's really, you know, certain ones, like unit hemodialysis, for example, can be more difficult to fit around, you know, you go into college, you go in, you know, continuing in school, you potentially go in off to university. Now it is possible, you know, if that's the only treatment option for you, it's really important to know that you can still go to university whilst you're on unit hemodialysis, or you can start your early career. It's just a little bit more awkward for us to support you to overcome some of those barriers, and it just needs a little bit more time to do. Over the years, you know, people have started on unit hemodialysis, but then had the opportunity to switch and move to home hemodialysis. And yeah, it's definitely, you can see the difference it's made for people in terms of how they're able to really cope with their treatment and the burden that sometimes it can place on people's lives. You know, they're no longer going into the unit 3 days a week, plus some of the transport issues that they have either side of those treatments. You know, they're no longer there. They're doing their dialysis from home. So yeah, I'd urge people to think really carefully and ask the question to your members of the team, you know, how is this going to fit socially around my life?